Alright, roll for initiative. 11. Rolling 8. Rakdos will be on the play first. Let's see what our hand looks like. 7. We have some lands. We have not really much to play. No beats. I think this is a mulligan. On this side, we've got all red mana spells and white and blue mana, so that's not a keep. We'll go to 6. Going to 6. Not fond of this. We don't have much of a curve, but we have 2 creatures and 4 lands to get there, so I think this is a keep. Going to scry. Okay, the Burn Marauder fills the curve. Let's keep it. Okay. Drawing 6. Jeskai has red mana, blue mana, white spells. Nothing I can cast except for the Chief of the Foundry again. We'll go to 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Blue mana, one of few. All white, Chief of the Foundry again. Go to 4. This mana base is probably going to murder me. Strangely enough, even with very few blue with islands, I've been drawing them all. Okay, 5, 4. We have 2 plains, a mountain, and a glint sleeve artisan that's playable. We will keep it. Scrying. Plains, we do not want it. Turn 1, we'll play a swamp. And pass turn. Turn 1, draw. There's an island again. Play a plains. And pass turn. Turn 2, draw. We knew that was coming. We'll play a mountain. And we'll pass turn. Turn 2, Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will play a mountain. And pass turn. Rakdos will draw. Rakdos will play another swamp. Rakdos will play a Foundry Screecher. And pass turn. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will play a plains. Jeskai will play a glint sleeve artisan, fabricating for a servo, and then Jeskai will pass turn. Rakdos will untap. Rakdos will draw. Rakdos will play the Ether Hub, gain 1 energy. Rakdos will attack in the sky. Jeskai will declare no blocks and lose 2 life. Go to 18. Rakdos will follow up with a Spontaneous Artist. Get another energy. Go to 2. And Rakdos will pass. Jeskai will untap and draw. Jeskai will play another mountain. Jeskai will play Revoke Privileges on the Spontaneous Artist, and then Jeskai will attack for 3. No blocks for Rakdos. We'll take 3 to go to 17. Jeskai will end turn. Rakdos will untap, draw, and attack again for 2. Jeskai will not block, and will take 2 to go to 16. Rakdos will follow up with an Aetherborn Marauder, and pass turn. Jeskai will untap, draw, will play the mountain. Jeskai will attack with the Glint Sleeve Artisan. Rakdos will not block and will take 2 to go to 15. Jeskai will, in second main, play Sky Squirrel Harrier and pass turn. Rakdos will untap. Rakdos will draw. Rakdos will play a swamp. And Rakdos will attack with Foundry Screecher. Jeskai will take 2 and go to 14. Rakdos will pay a black and a colorless to play Doomed Operative and will pass turn. Jeskai will untap, draw. Jeskai will play the Mountain. Jeskai will attack with the Glintsleeve Artisan and the Sky Swirl Harrier. Rakdos will block the Sky Swirl Harrier, will not block the Glintsleeve Artisan, and will take 2 damage to go to 13. Either Board Marauder will die and gain us 2 life to go back up to 15. And then Rakdos will spend 3 to cast Essence Extraction on the Sky Swirl Harrier, killing it. Sky Swirl Harrier dies. And then Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai will untap. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will play an island. Jeskai will not attack. Jeskai will hold steady. And Jeskai will play the Spireside Infiltrator and pass turn. Rakdos will untap. Will draw. Rakdos will spend a black and a colorless to play a Sky Skiff, and then Rakdos will attack for 3. Jeskai can't block, will take 3 to go to 11. Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai will untap, will draw. Jeskai will attack for 3, and it will immediately deal 1 damage to the opponent. Rakdos takes 1. Rakdos will choose not to block and will take 3 to go to 11. Jeskai passes turn. Rakdos untaps, draws. Rakdos will play tapping for colorless, will play a Wayward Giant. Rakdos will crew the Sky Skiff with the Doomed Operative and will attack with the Foundry Screecher and the Sky Skiff. Jeskai can't block, will take 3 for 5 damage to go to 6. Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai will untap, will draw, will play another Spireside Infiltrator, and will pass turn. Rakdos will untap, draw. Rakdos will play tapping for colorless, a Weldfast Monitor. Rakdos will crew the Sky Skiff with the Weldfast Monitor and will attack with the Sky Skiff and the Foundry Screecher. Jeskai cannot block and will take 5. Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai will untap, will draw, and Jeskai will concede. That ends game 1 with Rakdos as the winner. On to game 2. Jeskai will choose to go first. We will begin with 7 cards. We have 2 mountains, a plains, and while there aren't great cards here, we're going to keep it because we don't want to go to 6 if we don't have to. Rakdos will draw 7 for 7. Rakdos has swamps, black spells, and artifacts. Even though there are red spells and mountains in there, I think this is actually a keepable starting hand, so we'll go for it. Jeskai opens with a plains and passes turn. Rakdos will draw, Rakdos will play a swamp, and Rakdos will also pass turn. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will play a mountain, and Jeskai will pass turn. Rakdos will draw. Rakdos will play a swamp. Rakdos will tap both and play a Sky Skiff, and Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will play the plains. Jeskai will tap all 3 mana and play the Spireside Infiltrator, and Jeskai will pass turn. Rakdos will untap. Rakdos will draw. Rakdos will play a swamp. Rakdos will then play a Weldfast Monitor. Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai will untap. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will play the mountain, and Jeskai will attack with the Spireside Infiltrator, dealing 1 damage on tap. Rakdos takes 1 damage and goes to 19. Rakdos will trade with the Weldfast Monitor. Jeskai will tap the plains and the mountain and play Impeccable Timing to destroy the Weldfast Monitor. Weldfast Monitor dies, no damage is incurred. Jeskai will pass turn. Rakdos will untap. Rakdos will draw. Rakdos will play the mountain. Rakdos will play another Weldfast Monitor, and Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai will untap. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will play the Ether Hub, gaining 1 energy, and Jeskai will attack with the Spireside Infiltrator, tapping it to do 1 damage to Rakdos. Rakdos takes 1 to go to 18. Rakdos will block with the Weldfast Monitor. Jeskai will tap a Plains and a colorless Aether Hub to play Impeccable Timing on the Weldfast Monitor to deal it 3 damage. Rakdos loses the Weldfast Monitor. Jeskai passes turn. Rakdos untaps. Rakdos draws. Rakdos will play another swamp. Rakdos will tap 3 black and play Live Fast. Rakdos will draw 2 cards. Rakdos will lose 2 life to go to 16 and will get 2 energy, and Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai will untap. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will play Plains, and Jeskai will attack with the Spireside Infiltrator, dealing 1 damage as it taps. Rakdos will take 1 from the Spireside Infiltrator as it taps, and then will offer no blocks and will take an additional 3 damage to go to 12. Jeskai will follow up by tapping everything, including Aether Hub for colorless, to play the Bastion Mastodon, and Jeskai will pass turn. Rakdos will untap. Rakdos will draw. Rakdos will play a mountain, and Rakdos will tap all its mana and play Demon of Dark Schemes, making all other creatures -2/-2 until end of turn. At -2/-2, the Spireside Infiltrator will die, and the Bastion Mastodon will become a 2/3 until end of turn. When the Spireside Infiltrator died, the Demon of Dark Schemes gains 1 energy to go to 3, and then Rakdos will pass. Jeskai will untap. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will play the island. Jeskai will tap Aether Hub for colorless, tap the island, tap 2 plains, and 1 mountain, and play the Cloud Blazer. Jeskai will gain 2 life from the Cloud Blazer and also draw 2 cards. And Jeskai will pass turn. Rakdos will untap. Rakdos will draw. Rakdos will play the mountain. Rakdos will tap mana and play the Foundry Screecher. It is a 3/1 because we control the Sky Skiff. Rakdos will crew the Sky Skiff and attack with just the Sky Skiff. Jeskai will offer no blocks and will lose 2 life. Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai will untap. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will play the mountain. Jeskai will attack with the Bastion Mastodon. Rakdos will take 4 damage to go to 8. Jeskai will tap 1, 2, colorless to play the Glint Sleeve Artisan, fabricating a servo, and Jeskai will pass. Rakdos will untap. Rakdos will draw. Rakdos will play another swamp, and Rakdos will crew the Sky Skiff and will attack with just the Sky Skiff. Jeskai will not block and will take 2 to go to 18. Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai will untap. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will play an island, and then Jeskai will attack with the Bastion Mastodon, the Servo, the Glint Sleeve Artisan, and the Cloud Blazer. Rakdos will block the Bastion Mastodon with the Demon of Dark Schemes. No other blocks will be offered. In response, Jeskai will play Built to Last on Bastion Mastodon, making it a 6/7 with Indestructible. In response to that, Rakdos will tap 2 swamps and a mountain and play Unlicensed Disintegration on the Bastion Mastodon. Stack will resolve with Unlicensed Disintegration first, destroying the Bastion Mastodon and dealing 3 damage to Jeskai. Bastion Mastodon dies. Jeskai takes 3 to go to 15. There is no target for Built to Last, so Built to Last fizzles. Rakdos takes 2, 3, 4, 5 damage to go to 3. A creature died, so Rakdos gets 1 energy to go to 4 energy. Jeskai will pay a mountain and an island and play the Eager Construct. Each player will scry 1. Jeskai will scry the mountain to the bottom. Rakdos will keep the Foundry Inspector on top. Jeskai will pass turn. Before turn ends, Rakdos will tap 2 swamps and a mountain and pay 4 energy to take the Bastion Mastodon from Jeskai's graveyard and put it into control tapped, and it will be Rakdos' turn. Rakdos will untap. Rakdos will draw. Rakdos will play the Ether Hub, getting another energy. Rakdos will attack with the Foundry Screecher for 3. Jeskai can't block, will take 3 to go to 12. Rakdos will tap 3 and play the Foundry Inspector, and Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai will untap. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will tap an island, a mountain, and colorless from the Ether Hub. Play Saheeli Rai. Saheeli gets 3 counters. Jeskai will do the -2 on Saheeli, take Saheeli to 1 loyalty, and create a copy of Cloud Blazer, which when it enters a battlefield, Jeskai will get 2 life and draw 2 cards. Jeskai will play a mountain and will tap a plains, an island, and a mountain to cast Revoke Privileges on Demon of Dark Schemes. And then Jeskai will attack with everything. Rakdos will crew the Sky Skiff with the Foundry Inspector to block the Cloud Blazer. The Bastion Mastodon will block the Eager Construct, but Rakdos will take 3, 4, 5, 6 damage and will perish regardless. Into game 2. Game 3. Rakdos will choose to go first. 4 lands, removal, and a sky skiff. It's not a great hand, but card disadvantage is pretty bad. Drawing 1 creature will make the sky skiff good. We have 3 turns to draw, so Rakdos will keep this hand. Jeskai will draw 7. 2 lands, 1 playable spell. Would curve out if we kept drawing, so Jeskai will keep this risky hand. Rakdos opens with a swamp. Passes turn. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will play a mountain, and Jeskai will pass turn. Rakdos will draw. Rakdos will play a swamp. Rakdos will tap both and play the sky skiff, and Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will play a plains. Jeskai will play Thriving Grubs. Jeskai will gain 2 energy, and Jeskai will pass turn. Rakdos will untap. Rakdos will draw. Rakdos will play the mountain, and Rakdos will play Live Fast, drawing 2 cards, losing 2 life to go to 18, and gaining 2 energy. Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai will untap. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will play plains. Jeskai will attack with the Thriving Grubs. Will not give it +1/+1. Rakdos cannot block. Will take 2 to go to 16. Jeskai will play Renegade Freighter and will pass turn. Rakdos will untap. Rakdos will draw. Rakdos will play the swamp. Rakdos will tap 3 and play the Weldfast Monitor. Rakdos will crew the sky skiff and attack for 2. Jeskai cannot block and will take 2 to go to 18. Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai will untap. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will play the mountain. Jeskai will play a Spireside Infiltrator. Jeskai will tap the Spireside Infiltrator to crew the Renegade Freighter and will attack with the Thriving Grubs and the Renegade Freighter. The Renegade Freighter will gain +1/+1 and trample for attacking, and the Spireside Infiltrator will deal 1 damage from tapping. Rakdos will take 5, 6, 7, 8 damage to go to 8. Jeskai will pass turn. Rakdos will untap. Rakdos will draw. Rakdos will tap the red and these 3 to play Fury's Reprisal, dealing 2 damage to the Grubs and to the Spireside Infiltrator. Both die. And Rakdos is going to pass turn. Jeskai will untap. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai is going to pass turn. Rakdos will untap. Rakdos will draw. Rakdos will attack with the Weldfast Monitor. Jeskai will take 3 and go to 15. Rakdos will tap all of the mana and play Aetherborn Marauder. Its text has no effect. Jeskai tap 3 and play Welding Sparks on the Aetherborn Marauder. Welding Sparks deals 4 damage and Aetherborn Marauder is dead. Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai will untap. Jeskai will draw. And Jeskai will pass turn. Rakdos will untap. Rakdos will draw. Rakdos will play a mountain. Rakdos will attack with the Weldfast Monitor. Jeskai will take 3 and go to 12. Rakdos will tap all of the mana to play a Wayward Giant, and Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will play the Ether Hub, gaining 1 energy. Jeskai will use 1 energy to make blue mana and tap everything else to play a Cloud Blazer, gaining 2 life to go back up to 14 and drawing 2 cards. Jeskai will pass turn. Rakdos will untap. Rakdos will draw. Rakdos will play the mountain. Rakdos will attack with the Weldfast monitor. We'll also crew the Sky Skiff with the Wayward Giant and attack with the Sky Skiff. Jeskai will not block and will take 5 to go to 9. Rakdos will play Demon of Dark Schemes, making everything -2, -2. The Weldfast monitor will die, give Rakdos an energy. Cloud Blazer will die. This will give Rakdos an energy, and Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai will untap. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will play a Plains. Jeskai will play, tapping this for colorless, a Glint Sleeve Artisan, fabricating for a servo. Jeskai will play Harness Lightning, targeting the Demon of Dark Schemes. Jeskai will gain 3 energy. To go to 5, will spend all of that energy to deal 5 damage to the Demon of Dark Schemes. Demon of Dark Schemes dies. Jeskai will crew the Renegade Freighter with the Glint Sleeve Artisan and attack for 5. Rakdos will take 5 and go to 2. Jeskai will pass turn. Rakdos will untap. Rakdos will draw. Rakdos will play the Swamp. Rakdos will tap 3 and play the Whirler Maker. And Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai will untap. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will play the Mountain. Jeskai will crew the Renegade Freighter, and Jeskai will attack with the Renegade Freighter alone. Rakdos will block with the Wayward Giant. Jeskai will play Built to Last on the Renegade Freighter, making it a 7/6 with Indestructible. Rakdos will play Die Young, targeting the Renegade Freighter, gaining 2 energy to go to 6, and then spending 4 of it, go to 2, to give this -4, -4. This goes on the stack first, and -4, -4 is this. Renegade Freighter dies, and Built to Last fizzles, and Die Young is done. No damage is dealt. Jeskai will tap a Plains and 2 Mountains, and play Revoke Privileges on the Wayward Giant, and will pass turn. Rakdos untaps. Rakdos draws. Rakdos plays the Mountain. Rakdos will pay 4 mana and tap Whirler Maker to create a 1/1 Thopter, and will pass turn. Rakdos will untap. Rakdos will draw. Rakdos will play Spireside Infiltrator, and Rakdos will pass turn. At the end of the turn, Rakdos will play Essence Extraction on the Spireside Infiltrator, dealing it 3 damage and gaining 3 life. Spireside Infiltrator dies. Rakdos gains 3 life to go to 5. Rakdos untaps. Rakdos draws. Rakdos plays the Ether Hub, getting 1 more energy. Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai will untap. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will play Mountain. Jeskai will attack with the Glint Sleeve Artisan. Rakdos will tap 4 mana, will generate another Thopter. The new Thopter will crew the Sky Skiff, and the Sky Skiff will block the Glint Sleeve Artisan. Jeskai will tap the Plains and a colorless from the Ether Hub to play Impeccable Timing on the Sky Skiff. Sky Skiff dies. Jeskai passes turn. Rakdos untaps. Rakdos draws. Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai untaps. Jeskai draws. Jeskai will attack with everything. Rakdos will tap 4 mana, tap the Whirler Maker to generate another Thopter. Will block the Glint Sleeve Artisan with 2 Thopters and the Servo with the other Thopter. Everything trades. Jeskai spends 3 mana to play a Spiricide Infiltrator and passes turn. Rakdos untaps. Rakdos draws. Rakdos will play a Foundry Screecher, and Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai untaps. Jeskai draws. Jeskai will attack with Spiricide Infiltrator, dealing 1 damage when it's tapped. Rakdos will tap 4 mana, tap the Whirlermaker, generate a Thopter, will take 1 damage from tapping, will block the Spiricide Infiltrator with the Foundry Screecher, and they will trade. And Jeskai will pass turn. Rakdos will untap. Rakdos will draw. Rakdos will play a mountain. Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will play a plains, and Jeskai will pass turn. At the end of the turn, Rakdos will tap 4, tap the Whirlmaker, generate another Thopter. Rakdos will untap everything. Rakdos will draw. Rakdos will attack for 2 in the sky with the Thopters. Jeskai will take 2 and go to 7. Rakdos will spend 4 and play Prakata Club Security, and Rakdos will pass turn. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will play Plains, and Jeskai will play Sky Scroll Harrier, and Jeskai will pass turn. At the end of the turn, Rakdos will tap 4, will tap a Whirlmaker to generate another Thopter. Rakdos will untap everything. Rakdos will draw. Rakdos will attack with everything. Jeskai will block the Prakata Club Security and take 3 from the Thopters. Go to 4. Rakdos will pay 3 and play a Foundry Club Inspector, and will pass turn. Jeskai will untap. Jeskai will draw. Jeskai will concede the game because there's no way for the Sky Scroll Harrier to block 4+ damage next turn. And if it were to attack, it would be chumped by a token. So Jeskai concedes, Rakdos wins 2 out of 3 and takes the match. Thanks everybody for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you would like to see more such videos, hit the subscribe button. And this was Refresh, and I will see you next time.